It's Greg with Gamers with Coffee. This is just kind of a impromptu little stream. I have today off, so thought why not? Especially for those of you guys on Facebook there, then like you got some questions. That's cool. So a few people have asked about the 3D printing stuff, and so we just started. What I'm going to do is show you a couple pieces. This is not the only one. And then I'll do my best to answer any questions if you got them. If you give me a moment or two. I just have to, using this service, I have to do it just slightly different. So, there you go. All right, so you're on with YouTube, and should be Twitch out there, and then again on Facebook. So, if you're not a member, you should be a member of one of our groups there. We do try to get this to as many people as we can. So, on the Facebook page, I can answer some questions, and on YouTube, I'll go back and forth. So, give me a moment because it's different when we're broadcasting this way with two cameras as opposed to our live show, which is you can use two, but not in conjunction with each other. They have to be used independently. So, two different services to do two different types of streaming. So, here you go. We got a 3D printer that one of our members wasn't using and decided to, let's go ahead and use it to print some of the stuff off with. So, hello, Daniel. How are you, sir? And hopefully that came up there, Daniel. Did it? Did it not? Hello back, Daniel. So we're gonna do this for the terrain pieces. So this is for Elder Scrolls, okay? A Call to Arms. You guys know about Elder Scrolls video game? Tons of people play that. You know, everybody likes Skyrim. This is Modiphius's tabletop version, which is phenomenal. So those of you who just do video gaming only, oh my God, you're missing out. If you like the video game, you need to do the tabletop with your friends too. So, no, I'm not sponsored by them, so it doesn't benefit for me to tell you to go buy their stuff. But most definitely, give it a shot. So, their files come as STL files. If you're new to 3D printing, you need a program called Quora. That's the easiest one I can think of. There's a free version, which is limited, but will get you by. You don't have to plunk down the massive amount of money when you first start. Right now, I'm printing this with the free version. So let's get started with the first piece, okay? First piece is a column. Looks like a broken column. As you can see, it's pretty detailed, really. You know, I mean, you got your column piece, it's broken. You got maybe a little hard to see, but like mud or rubble. Very little cleanup. And you know what? This thing is, it sounds hollow, but it's built so close together that, you know, it's good. Pardon me. Our air conditioner's on. It's muggy as heck in here. So that's one piece, okay? And it's parts to a castle, so bear with me. We're getting to that. Then we printed out a set of stairs. This is kind of nice. Nice detail on the stairs. You've got good detail. I mean, only thing I can say is right here's a little teeny tiny little seam, but if you're going to paint this, like, it's no big deal. It's not a deep seam, and you know, putty will fill that if you're using modeler's putty. Well, that's one set of stairs. There's multiple sets for this because the castle has multiple pieces. So check out this one here. This one's even more detailed with the ridge. The texture's nice. Did have a problem with the seam here. Again, just going to fill it with that no putty stuff we got. And I don't think that's any big deal. The sides, they look pretty good. I mean, it looks pretty good. I think when you there's little tiny bits of cleanup to do, but you know what? For those of us that have been building models, it doesn't matter. Like Warhammer and all this other stuff, how many times you got to clean it up. So that's the other set of stairs there. Third set of stairs. Yeah, we're getting other pieces too, but I want to show you the difference. So here you go. This has part of a broken column, as you can see. This one needs A little more clamp than the others. They just kind of flakes off. But overall, the print quality is pretty good, man. Pretty nice. Now, what's interesting with these stairs are pieces like wall sections, okay? Here's a wall section. Notice it's a little faded here, and I'll show you why. And I was wondering why you got all this detail here, not so much here, but on the sides. Well, it's going to butt up against the council wall. And then there's other pieces like this, It's like mud, part of a broken wall. See, it's going to go like this here. See what I mean? Random figure guy. There's a little bit of a ridge here. I was wondering why, and it dawned on me. To keep your figures from falling down, it works perfect. They can go down or be placed above it. And so all these fit. Well, you can see the stairs there, see? Just perfect on there. It's actually, they're really nice. And I mean, if it's a Creality 3D Ender Pro, so it's a pretty good printer. It's PLA filament. It's pretty good. Now, we're brand new, so maybe if anybody else is watching it, you could get finer, better detail. We just left it standard settings. I didn't want to mess with it because honestly, I have no clue if I change something, what it will do. Okay. And Cole Walker. I'm sorry I didn't see that because I'm going back and forth, sir. We are printing the Elder Scrolls Call to Arms from Modiphius. It's an STL file that you can buy on their website for castles. And I've got more pieces to show you. Yeah, the stairs are a nemesis, but there's some cool things. They got extra pieces you print that go on the stairs and make it a platform. Let me see if I can find one. They're little tiny pieces. You got to clean them up. But look at this, Mr. Walker. See, this has got to be cleaned. But the concept is, when you clean up and put it down, on some of these, oops, I'm sorry, a bigger one there, it'll make a platform. So in our box here, oh, there's some of the figures. There's castle flags that printed. These pieces are all extra little stair pieces to modify your stairs, okay? So that you can change them more into platforms and fighting. And they do have to be cleaned up underneath them, but the top parts came out just fine. So, and these are the figures from Modiphius. So, you know, of course, you got your Dragonborn. We'll take that out. Let me put this over here again. So, sorry about that. I'm bouncing back and forth between tabs because with Restream, I have to do that with this. To make sure if anybody else is saying anything somewhere else. So, cool. That's those. And there's going to be multiple ways to do this. So, here's some other sections. I'll move this out of the way. And like I said, we're not experts. So if you guys do printing and you have ideas or tips, let us know. This is my first time ever printing anything, like nothing. Here's another different bottom of the stairs piece. Okay. It's a little faded here, but that's because it's meant to go up against these stair sections. Again, it looks like mud in between rocks, broken rocks. And if you're going over this with paint and you're going to do any kind of flocking, it's, matter of fact, I'm going to use that Citadel, texture, mud texture they got. I think it'll work just fine in between the rocks, and it'll look like rubble. Or you can leave it alone. The prints are coming out pretty clean. This would be the stair section there, a different one that goes with that. So see how this one curves opposite the other one. And it's got a little raised spots, but like I said, it's so it can basically, it helps catch your figures. I believe that's the only reason I can believe, because otherwise it prints it dead even. So hopefully that answered your question there, Cole. If you heard that, let me know there in the chat. And on YouTube, I see you got some watching there. If you'd like, let me know if you got a question there. So there's some more pieces coming here. This is just sort of an oddball, well, just mud and rocks and debris, and it's flat on the back. These are not chintzy done. So the files that they gave you are pretty nice. Now, it looks a little bit rough in some areas, but then again, if you're looking at making it, leaving it as texture like earth and mud and stuff like that, it's going to be fine. I don't think there's a problem there. This again is a different, see the broken column here? This is a different one. The detail on the bricks is really nice. There's very little cleanup to do, really. I mean, there's some, but it's not necessarily hollow. It's pretty thick. And, yeah. So these pieces are coming up pretty good. Pardon me, guys. I got to check over here, too. That's the only problem. Bouncing around. Because the other service, I can't do what I want to do. I have to switch completely over to the camera. And there we go. I've got to go check our group, see if there's anybody there. Any questions? Or, oh, is it not going to our group? It is supposed to be going to the group. Buddy. Apparently not. So apparently it's not going to the group. Fantastic. I have it turned on to go to the group, but okay. So back to what we were doing then. There's quite a few pieces, as you can see here. One more wall piece that's broken. We're not done. I mean, this is not done, you guys. And I'm sure you're getting tired maybe of seeing the wall pieces, but the detail on the rocks and stuff's pretty nice. Really, I mean, for what you're getting for the SDL files, I think they're $50 now. When they first came out, they were like 40. Now here's a bigger piece. Are you ready? This is more, let me move the mouse here. See? More of a castle piece. Look at this. Now this is one piece. The castle's supposed to have several pieces, okay? But you can see it printed pretty good all the way around. And castles should have dirt or mud or whatever in between it. So you don't really got to clean this one too much. And then check out the inside. And of course, there's a walkway. You'll see you got a little bit of cleanup to do right there. I mean, that's minimal. This set's here. Now, the other piece that printed for this one so far, which is pretty cool, is a top. Check it out. Makes the castle, but you can top it. Now, another piece will go here, but they put these ridges so you can put a top on. And, of course, you can put your fighters up there. Probably be better to put a skeleton archer up here where you have to use the elevation rules to shoot up or something. But, you know, so far, this is where we're at. And I think it's pretty cool. Hopefully you're still there, Mr. Walker. I didn't mean to not see you there. So, let's see here. And so it's the Elder Scrolls Call to Arms. 3D print there. Oops. Anywho. So there you go. That's the top of this. And of course the fighters, you know, they can fit just barely fit in there. Once you clean that up though, there's little bits to clean up and then they should, most of them, fit right in. Like this sorcerer, she's gonna fit in. So that's pretty cool there. And there's another piece printing. We have one more piece to go. And the gray PLA is, we took off because it wouldn't have enough. So this is going to be dark. It's going to be black. Check this out. This is another bottom piece. Look at the door. You've got printed really nice. And it's darker. We know this is going to matter because you're going to paint it. Like this will get primered gray, and then it'll be painted like a castle. So it doesn't really matter what color, filament you're using. That has no bearing. It's just going to get painted. But listen to that. It's solid. See this wall? The wall prints solid all the way up. So, like, I wouldn't be afraid of dropping this, but as you can see, that could be like a hole in the wall, and then we've got the bigger pieces that come up to the back side that will allow you to move up. Whoops, blocking the camera here. So they stack on each other. And then, of course, you got the top. You can make it a short, a short castle with the top, I think. And, yeah, it's pretty cool. So these STL files, they came out really nice. Like I said, you will need Cora, okay, which is free. And it's a bit of a pain to get the filament going and a bit of a pain. But once you get it started, it prints on its own. So my advice is research whatever 3D printer you want to get. Now, the Ender Pros are, there's things far more advanced than that. But then again, that depends on the money you have too. If you have the money, get the best thing out there you can, because when you print, it's yours. Now with this, we can't complain without painting or anything other than just minor touch-up cleaning. You could sit down and throw it out in a game, and you're good. You wouldn't have to go through all this little teeny tiny whatever. You can just flat out just throw it down in game, okay? And that wouldn't be a problem. Pardon me for a second here. Because I believe it's supposed to be going to Twitch also, but let's see. We'll check it in a little bit. So if you guys are out there on Twitch, I'll try to respond to some of your comments. For some reason, it's not loading up in one of the tabs there. But any questions, let me know. And this Sunday, you guys, we're doing a giveaway. Giveaway. You're going to get a Battletech salvage box. This is sponsored by one of our members, Dee. She bought the Kickstarter set, has a bunch of these, and she's going to let us give one away. So it'll be a surprise to you. You won't know what mech you're going to get, but hey, as opposed to buying one, you can win it. We'll pay to ship it to you, okay? As long as it's not insane. But we'll get it out to you guys. So you got to be there Sunday for the live show. You got to say something in chat to let us know you're there. If we don't know you're there, obviously, we don't know you're there. So to answer a question there. So you do need to be there and present and interact, and that's it. Our only requirement in any giveaway ever is that when you get it, you have to post a video or pictures that you got it, so the group knows that we're on the up and up, because that's the only thing we require. So don't take any effort. But I am pretty happy with the castle pieces, and you can see. Hold on a second here. Oh, okay, I forgot one of them, which is this one here. So see how the curve is? Designed to fit on the castle. Then, of course, you can go out with the wall. See what I mean? Or you can put the steps up to it. Well, whatever you'd like to do. And we messed around with it on a table, so you can oddball do whatever. It's pretty cool. So with that, I just kind of wanted to hang out with you guys and see what's going on and answer any questions, because I am by no means a printer expert, but I think it's coming out pretty good. I think we're doing a pretty good job. These are nice files. It's a nice set. So you look for it. It's the Elder Scrolls Call to Arms. Go to Modiphius's website. You got to look down. There's STL files, but it does wonders for adding to the game. Anytime you have terrain on the table, I think it just is a lot better. That's my opinion. Now, my son got these, and so, you know, he paid $40 at the time. I believe it's 50. Is it worth $50? Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you had to buy this kind of terrain on your own, it'd probably be about $150 or $200 box set. So you got to remember too, you own the files. So that doesn't mean you can sell them that. You can't do that, but you can print more. So what my son wants to do is see if we can print 4 of these. Okay. Once you get 4 of these done, do a courtyard. Now online, there's all sorts of medieval courtyard little buildings and stuff. You find them in 15 millimeter size or 20 millimeter size. I'm thinking 20. I don't think these are quite 28. They're more 20, 25. But you know, you could find them. Is what I'm getting at. You can maybe make a castle with a courtyard. I think that'd be cool. You know. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this there. And like I said, I just wanted to hop on, say hi, see how things are going. And remember, we do a podcast. There is a call, and we do them live sometimes on Podbean. So if you have Podbean, you're going to get notified. We do have our own app through Spreaker on Google Play. You can download that too. There's no anything. It's just you don't got to pay for it. You just download it. And then when the podcasts come out, you are notified. Of course, the podcast, though, we've been slacking a bit. Well, not as many as I need to do because it's on iHeartRadio, it's on Spotify, it's on Amazon, it's on Deezer, it's on Podchaser. So it's out there, you know, and we're going to be ramping that up more. That's more or less a matter of time. Such as like right now, it's dinner time. I'm sure people are not able to tune in because of that, but you could probably watch us afterwards, leave comments or whatever. I'd like to thank Mr. Cole Walker there for asking some questions and saying hi. I don't see any questions there on YouTube, although it looks like somebody's come by to say hi. So hello to you guys on YouTube, and leave the questions if you want, especially on YouTube. It's going to show me too, you know, and I can try to help you out with that. But that is it for now, guys. That is the podcast, blog, whatever you want to call it. But it's a little live stream. We'll do more of them for you. And I'd love for more of you guys to interact if you want. We go in spurts, and everybody's busy, so obviously family and stuff first. Take care of that. If not, hop on. Say hi. We can get you on. If you're watching this far, great. If you want to be on the show, go for it. Send us an email to gamerswithcoffee@gmail.com. You can send it to the website too at suggestions@gamerswithcoffee.com. You know, because we do own the domain and the website. It's easier with Gmail, a little faster, and that shows up on my phone. As with the other email, I have to log into the server and check that. And I honestly forget. Like I'll check it every other day or something. So let us know if you want, and we'll get you on. And let us know what else you'd like to see. So, all right, you guys. I'm glad you guys are watching. That's all the pieces we have printed so far. I think that, you know, it works out really well. And the files are really nice. They're really nice. Again, the castle came out really well. Minimal cleanup. And something else that I liked about that printer, we had one heck of a storm last night. All right, on which it was the 14th. We had tornadoes spotting down in the area, massive wall clouds. They said maybe hail up to ½ an inch. Nasty. So we lost power. Okay. That printer lost power, of course, stopped. We were able to resume it, and this is the print. We lost power on this print. Can you tell? Nope. Well, I can't tell either. It resumed printing. And you have to literally take a magnifying glass to try to find the line where it resumed printing. Okay? So make sure your printer has an option. Now, like I said, I don't know. But this came out really nice. It's awful glossy for paint. Again, they should be washed and then primered. Okay, and you know that's easy enough. Go get a like Rust-Oleum or crayon. What do you call it? Krylon. Plastics primer, and use that, and you should be good to go. And then do whatever you want. But otherwise, if you got the gray PLA filament, uh, you know, it looks like a castle as is, and you do not have to do anything. You can. I mean, obviously, as gamers, we like to. Some of us nitpick maybe too much, but it doesn't matter at this point. We can throw a game down, and with their map, wow! All I can say is wow. It's cool. So I am glad that you guys are able to be on and watch. Hey, thank you for giving us the thumbs up over there at YouTube, whoever did that. Oh, hey, it's World War II. Why is this thing lagging? Hello, sir. I didn't see you there, Brian. Sorry. I've got to go back and forth with tabs on this because it's going through Restream and not the other one. But the other one doesn't allow me to have the multiple cameras on the same screen. So one is for our gamer hangout and the other one's for things like this. The problem is this is kind of a pain. You like my haircut? All right. Well, that's good. I like a cut too, sir. And you didn't miss all the fun there, Brian, but there's a lot. Here, I'll re-show you maybe if you missed the castle since you just come on. I mean, it's got to be cleaned up. This is only a part of it. This took 2 days of printing, but it's solid. The walls are solid. What you see here is how it printed all the way up. So, like, it's solid. You could drop this and you're not breaking it. I mean, to break these, I think it would have to be intentional, like with a hammer. I look like a cyberpunk guy? Okay, cool. Then that's even better. Go back over here. Nope. All right, going back and forth between Facebook and YouTube there. Cyberpunk guy. All right, then I will go with that. But I think, Brian, if you get a chance, look back at the first. How long have I been going? I don't know. Look at the first 10 minutes though, and I haven't been going very long. Only about 28 minutes. So yeah, the first 10 minutes, I'm pretty much showing off all the pieces and how the character is set in regards to those, and what my interpretation of these raised little bumps are is they're set almost so that it catches the lip on the miniatures. Like that's what I'm thinking, so it don't fall down. And then of course you can put them on the steps or wherever. And what make really interesting is they have terrain rules for firing up, elevation, which we have not used yet. When we've gamed it here, we haven't used that. So that should be interesting too. It's a little bit difficult to watch a couple pages at once, but oh well. I thank you for being there, Brian. Thank you for the thumbs up too. And you guys on Facebook, if you can possibly like it, do whatever. That shows engagement, and Facebook likes that. It helps keep our group up there a little bit more, as opposed to burying us with all the other groups. So, pardon me for a second. Castle Sieges. Yes. We're in the middle of printing, so you will see a game on that because these stack. So like this one has like a blown out hole, but there's ridges. Oh, what am I doing? Can't see it. Ridges. So. And it'll stack. So I know it looks two different colors, but now these are solid bases. The other one, believe it or not, on the very bottom, the one that's printing now is going to have a cutout, and then the stairs are printed into it. So, and then the secondary floor has a cut through it. So you can move your miniatures up and fight. Again, they have elevation in the game, so it'll work. And yeah, this printer is working out pretty good to get these files because we didn't have a printer. So, yep, Dee said go ahead, take hers, get it going, and that's what we're doing. It takes about 2 days though to print this. 2 days. Yes, trapdoors. You can do that too. And here, hold on a second, Brian, since you're actively chit-chatting, hold on a second here. I'll show you something. So earlier, well, there's all the guys. Earlier, I showed these. See, it printed the flags. They actually look like fabric, flags to hang from the castle. So obviously, you can do that. Now these, they look kind of crappy, like you got to clean them up, but that's the bottom. See the top? And what these do is they turn sections of the stairs into, well, it won't set right because it needs to be cleaned on the side and underneath. Once it's level, it'll set right and it'll do things like turn the stairs into bigger platforms, fighting areas like this. So if you want your character on the second stair, you can take this piece out and put it there. So there's all sorts of these different pieces go in there. It's funny, it prints Modiphius' stuff on the bottom of everyone. But these little individual pieces and these bigger ones, they go along with allowing all these guys, to do their thing. So it's just going to work out better that way. So you can convert these stairs over, and I think that would be, yes, tapestries, whatever you'd like to call them, draperies, tapestries. So you can paint them red or whatever, hang them from the castle wall. There's different ones. Actually, each one's a little different. And the funny thing is, my son owns the files, right? So he's obviously not going to sell them or do any of that. But think about this, Brian, because you own the files and you got the printer, you can print 4 of these, okay? And you can make a castle with a courtyard, like in the old days, where they had the castles and inside they had the markets and stuff and the courtyards. So you just print out extra sections of wall and whatever, and then boom. So there is a ton of versatility. And yeah, let me show you what they look like too. So you can easily, obviously, there's a Marine on the steps. It's pretty damn close. Of course, Marines are supposed to be, enhanced, bigger. But check it out. So it'll work just fine. You could definitely use it with 40K. It wouldn't be a problem because it's so close that scale-wise, I think it'd be just fine. I don't think you'd have a problem. But, you got ruined columns and stuff too. It's too big for the 15 millimeter tanks and stuff. It's too much off of a size. But with the castle, I could see where you could use the castle and the walls with just the tanks because size-wise, the castles are big. So, yeah. Otherwise, like I said, the versatility is there, and so it was way worth the money. And I believe they are now running about $50 for the file. But with what you get, if you missed earlier, I'd say it's $150, $200 worth of a set type of thing when you're done. So if you have access to a printer and in the printing spools, spend $20, $30 on that. So you're going to save more than half just doing it yourself. It's going to take you a while though, but it's the only way to get the castle from them. They don't sell the pieces, as far as I know. And I was just at their website the other day. I didn't see it unless something changed, but generally no. So, alrighty. So I think, and the tapestries will work out good. So it is a cool thing, and that's why I wanted to get on and just throw it down. Last night was a nasty little storm, and Brian, that storm we had, I sent you pictures of. It cut the power here, so the printer stopped, and that was the thing I was going to ask you. It stopped while printing this one, and then it has a resume function when you lose power. So can you see where it stopped? Because I can't. I mean, I can, but there's a. It's like microscope. But otherwise, this is a different castle entrance. And so it was quite cool. I was like, no, because we had to leave. We live in a mobile home. So I went to my daughter, who has a basement at the house they rent. So I went there because there were tornadoes in the local area, touching down. And when I say town nexus, I mean, they're like 6 miles away, 5 miles away, which is nothing for a storm. Um, so yeah, it was like, oh no, but then it fired right back up. Continuing the print was done this morning, and there's another one printing now. So, but it takes about 2 days for those bottoms to print. Oh, if you've got, yeah, the weather is really ominous the last several years. It's just getting to be where there's a lot of dangerous weather. So you guys have to just keep your eyes open and make sure you stay safe. And but oh, you got the Fallout dropship and the warehouse STL file. Okay. Well, maybe we could work something out where if you want to send the file, like we could print it for you and send something back. I don't know. We could talk about that and try to figure it out. Let's see here. Yeah, for whatever reason, it did not go to the group. It's seized up going to the group, which sucks. I had it going to the Facebook there, and we had Cole Walker who asked several questions, and I was a bit late, so he may have left. I'm not sure. I can't tell who's online there at that moment, unless they make comments. But yeah, yeah, that's the thing with a file like that. I don't think you'd be able to quote send it in an email because they limit file sizes. So you might have to just put it on a USB stick and send the stick. Do you know what I mean? And then we could plug it in, because what you have to do with this printer is it has to go on a mini. Um, so I'll show you. It has to go on one of these. Right, this is an adapter, and then it goes on one of the mini ones. Of course, this is an older one, 4 gig, but you don't even need that. So this goes in the printer, okay, and it directly reads from that. You could hook it up to a laptop, but you just put it on there. You don't have to do anything. You put it in, it's got a little screen, and then if I put that in there and I stick that in my computer, like if you sent me a USB, I could take the files off of that, put it on the computer, and then transfer it to this, and then take it out and put it in the thing. I mean, they're your files. I can't use them. I can print for you, but I wouldn't try to print anything for me. I wouldn't do that, because if I don't pay for it, I'm not doing it. But it could probably help you out that way. And so if you, yeah, just I would send it in. Just go to Walmart or any of those stores that sell the padded envelopes for 50 or 75 cents. A little bit of padding. Put your USB thing in there and mail it in that. That's what I would do. So that it has some cushioning and marked fragile on it, or just send it in a little box. In the country, it's not too bad. If you're shipping it out of the country, forget it. It's insane. So too much. Uh, but we might be able to work something out like that there, Brian. So hopefully you guys like that. Like I said, you could use it for your most of well here. Let's see. Look at the Dakari stuff that Ashley has. So, I mean, it fits on there. Scale wise, looks good. She did a good job painting them too. But those look good that way. Um, they'll look good on top of the castle, I'm sure. But just because we're gamers, we're gonna visually take a look. There you go. So I'd say, yeah, you're good to go. I mean, it's not going to hold the massive stuff, but it sure will. I thought, here's something funny, Brian. Watch this, because I still haven't gotten these guys completely done. I mean, as a piece just for, I don't know, you could put anti-aircraft up there. Might work, might be something to do, but primarily it's going to fit with the Warhammer stuff. Not bad at all. And so I'm putting it on Facebook here. Don't forget the giveaway Sunday, 7/18 at 4 p.m. Um, get back over here to YouTube. Yeah, Flak Tower. Yep, and they did have more World War II. World War I had a lot more use. They used of castles, I noticed, and because of the trench warfare, and they look like giant keeps. Yeah. Um, I just see where you can see the files you can adjust. From what I understand, you can scale the size. Now, with that said, I am not a friggin' expert on any of this. So I don't know how to scale the size. And because it's for the Call to Arms game, it's my son paid for that. I just left it alone, put it in Quora, and we got these nice prints out of it. And so that's kind of where I left that. Otherwise, I would say, sure, they would. I'm betting you could adjust the scale. You know what I mean? So somewhere you should be able to adjust the scale to 15 millimeter if you wanted to. But I don't know how. Quora is a free basic program, and of course, like anything free, there's always paid upgrades. So I mean, if you were doing it for maybe a living where you were going to be selling custom printed things, it might be worthwhile if you needed it, if you knew what you were doing. But I'm just at the point where if I buy the STL file and it's preset for what I'm buying it for, then all I got to do is put it in Quora, it slices it, and then take it out and stick it in the printer, and it's done. And that's all I have to do. I don't have to try to figure anything else out. So it come out really well. I think really well. I think all these pieces are really well. And again, here's something you can see with the Space Marine, size-wise. This is an older model. I don't even have the decal, so sorry, it's not proper. But yeah. But for their stuff, like their figures, it works just good. Perfection Man come out really good. Little bits of cleanup, not much because some of it's rubble, so it's supposed to look all broken and screwed up. So it works that way too. Yeah, I'm like I said, Brian. You said math. Yeah, I'm not. I have no way of doing because it's not. It's going to be like cylindrical volume stuff, and all those directions. I'm not messing with that. I did it in school. That was it. I never had a use for it later in life. All that, except for when we were doing concrete and pouring forms when I was younger, and that's when you use all that. But it's been a long time for me to use that. So I don't know. I just want something I could print up correctly and yeah, you know, do that. There we go. Okay. And any of you guys, you hear me saying Brian, that's Weird World War II. You can check out his YouTube channel. He's a good guy. Him and his wife Mel, they're pretty good people. Say hi to them if you want. Um, and I'm going to put up a short kind of overview for YouTube later, probably under the shorts. I might do that today or tomorrow. I have one recorded. I have to have time to do it. You know, it's about dinner time out here, so I'm going to have to stop in shortly and get something going for that. But look for that too, you guys, on YouTube. And if you can watch it, that's great. The best thing you can do to help us out is like things and share them, or watch them, especially for a minute. If you can watch for a minute, that'd be great. But anymore, people only watch a few seconds at a time, it seems like. So that's it. Yes, Brian. You could, I mean, literally. Yes, Brian. You could, I mean, literally, Brian, you could. Your question, he's for those of you who are not on YouTube to see it, is you could literally just do a wash on it. Yeah, I mean, I have gray wash, pre-done gray wash. You could literally, I mean, here's the thing, it's because it's plastic. I mean, I'm going to rinse them with a little soap and water, but I don't want to get water inside it. And that's the thing. So I'm going to wipe them off, and then I'm going to use a plastics gray flat primer, spray primer, because I could take them outside, get even coverage on it. But then all you'd have to do is do a backwash on that. Because, I mean, you don't even got to do anything. Honestly, if you can't paint it or don't want to, you don't have to. You can see by this that it's all gray in color, and then it's all, it's all going to work. So you don't have to. It's just we enjoy doing it. But really, using the gray PLA, it's fine. It'll be okay. And I try to keep things weird there. I try, but fun is fun. Um, so yeah, there we go, you guys. That's what I wanted to show you, was all the neat things. And these, Brian, are the ends of these steps. So some of these are what I do. That wall's not printed yet, but it's like, for instance, this one. See? This goes up to the castle, or up to, where'd that piece go? This piece. Because this is rounded and this goes against the castle. So literally, you can move these around no matter how you want and structure the castle however you want to do it. Yep. All right, you guys. Again, don't forget the giveaway on Sunday at 4 o'clock on our Gamers of Coffee. We always do a hangout. Brian's there sometimes too. He likes to show up, and you guys are all invited. Anybody that wants to get on live can, unless we have a specific, just one guest only, which for the most part we don't. But we're going to give away one of these here. It's a brand new salvage box, and I guess you'll get to see what mech's inside it when you win it and it shows up at your door. All right, you guys. Thank you, Brian. Thanks for showing up and having some fun. I appreciate it. And you guys take care. Take care out there. Have some fun. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and end this. Have a good night.